Hi, this is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and I'm about to do one of the most precarious things that I do from time to time on video, which is to do a real unboxing of a real advanced copy of one of our games, or in this case, an expansion to one of our games. Now, you may have already seen a few reviews of Between Two Cities Capitals. That was using the pre-production copy, which is kind of, it's not a real copy of the game, it's just made to look like a real copy of the game. This is a real, off the print run, in shrink wrap, first print run copy of Between Two Cities Capitals. And this is the copy that our manufacturer, Panda Games, they print a few of these. And they've actually already printed all this stuff, but they've assembled a few of these, and then they send it to us for final approval before they assemble the thousands of copies of the expansion that we're making. So let's open this and see if everything is correct. Obviously, this is not a professional unboxing video. You're not going to see multiple camera angles or anything like that. You're going to see my face a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to show you what's in the box. So we have this box. You can kind of see it in relation to my hand, that it is smaller than the original Between Two Cities box. It's meant to be a separate box, or you can toss these things inside the original box. So we have, standard back of the box stuff. Feels good. Okay, you obviously want to see when I open the box. So I've opened the box here. Let's see if we have everything that's supposed to be in here. So we have the tokens. Let's start with those. So we have these various promo tokens that we've made for international versions of Between Two Cities. Yeah. So we have like this one was for, this was actually a promo for Gen Con. This is Indianapolis. I'm not going to remember all of these. This, I think, was Birmingham for the UK Games Expo. And then this is for, I believe this is for the, for China, one of the Chinese versions. This is for Essen. This is the Essen promo. This is, maybe this is the Chinese one. One of them is Chinese. One of this is Himeji Castle in Japan. I think that's that one. And then this one, I think this is from Spain, maybe. And then from the Italian version. So we have all these tokens that we've put in international versions of Between Two Cities. And I thought, just to add a little bit of variety to Between Two Cities Capitals and to the original tokens in the games, I'll throw these out there, put these in the copy. They're used just as player tokens. They don't really have any meaning in the game. Okay, so we have stacked on top, we've got the rule books. I say books because there's a multiplayer rule book. It's a pretty slim rule book where it focuses on the three different modules, the three different elements of the expansion. We've got a list of all the promo tokens that have ever been in the game, or all the different tokens. And this time we actually put what they are called and what cities they're in to help you out. And let's see, I'm checking. Yeah, so there was a typo in an earlier version, and the typo is correct, so we have the right version of the rules here. And then we have the Between Two Cities Automa rules, so the solo expansion. And we also have a new addition to this is on the back, Morton and his team put together a two-player variant using Automa. So instead of playing the regular head-to-head variant of Between Two Cities, you can also add in an Automa as a third player. All right, so next up in the box, it looks like we have, let's see, we have the, these are the district scoring cards. So district scoring is a new element in Between Two Cities. So we have one of these cards for each of the different tile types, and they will match up. I'll show you in a second, but basically it's a new type of scoring where you're trying to, like these two might be paired. Well, let's show you a different one. So houses and taverns might be paired up, and so at the end of the game, you're looking to have the city with the largest connected set of houses and taverns, and if you do, you get some bonus points. We also have new reference cards. So we updated the reference cards. The front is the same. The back adds scoring for the new tile type, the civic tiles, and then the district scoring, which I just mentioned. So you have an updated reference card for that. We have this is actually one of the last changes we made to the game. So this is the Automa City mat. This is for solo play. And pretty late in the printing process, when I got the pre-production copy, actually the back of this was black. It was blank, and I realized that it might confuse some players, so we added just a label to tell people what it is. That it's just for solo play. That you can ignore this if you just play the multiplayer version. Now here is, so we're getting down to the bottom of the box here. This is, I think, probably the part of the expansion that I'm most excited about, although there are a couple parts. These are the landscape mats. So these are, they're single-sided, so they're all black on the back, so they can be shuffled up at the beginning of the game, and then they're dealt out, and one goes to the city on your right, one goes to the city on your left, and they are these beautiful landscapes illustrated by Beth Sobel, and they have each a different layout designed by the designers, Ben and Matthew, that depicts places where you cannot build, so you can't build on top of these mountains, but you must build on the other squares on the landscape mat, and then you also build around the edges of it. So you end up with a 5x5 grid instead of a 4x4 grid. They're each a little different, and you can see many of them have a bridge or a tunnel that connects, and this creates adjacency between these two spaces, because a lot of the tiles in the game deal with adjacency. So these are shuffled up. These will add a lot of variety to the game. They each have a compass that shows which way is right side up. Last, we have the tiles themselves. So there are 3 punch boards in the game. Each one primarily has the civic tiles. So this is the last part of the game, the new element. You kind of see the district scoring tiles over here as well. But the civic tiles are the highlight here. Each one is unique. They're all civic tiles, so they're all the same tile type. But they are basically, like if you have the armory here, you have this armory, then you can't really see it on camera, but let's see if I can get really close there. So the armory wants to be next to industrial tiles, and it wants to be next to other civic tiles. So basically, if you have at least one industrial tile, or at least one civic tile next to it, and at least one industrial tile next to the armory, then you'll get 3 points for each of them. But it doesn't want to be next to parks. You don't want to park next to an armory. And so if you have that, then the armory at most is worth 1 point. Each of the civic tiles is unique. And this is one of the things that I really like about these tiles, that they'll add a lot of visual variety to your cities and a lot of strategical variety to the choices you make in the draft itself. And that's it. That's the end of the box. So that actually went well. I'll do a closer inspection in a minute to approve this for Panda, but no surprises. Usually there's some kind of a surprise in due to my own shortcomings in these boxes, but it looks like we're actually good here. That is Between Two Cities Capitals. Thanks. Oh, and I guess I should say this will come out. I'm sending these advanced copies to some reviewers, and we'll have one at Geekway to the West next week. And then the game will come out, the expansion will come out in early July. That's our hope. It should get on the boat from China next week, so we're looking at an early July release. I look forward to hearing what you think when you get to play it. Thanks.